Don't be a loser.
For the love of God.
I'm Stephanie,
I'm Helen.
and welcome to our podcast. Don't forget to follow us on, let's see, we are on Instagram, we are on Rumble, and we are on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yes, I was like having a little brain fade.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yep.
Happens to everybody.
Yes.
All right. Well,
So,
where do you want to start today?
well, and I don't know. I think you probably are a Wicked the musical fan. Um, the the movie, I was not crazy about it, and I can't tell if it's because some of the talk around it, and this is the first one, or if it's because I love the musical so much that any changes to it, I'm like, I don't like it, and I know it has to be different, on the
Yeah.
big screen versus the stage. But there's so much talk about it, and I started seeing a lot more talk about it, and I realized the second one came out.
Oh, I didn't even know there
Um,
was a second one.
Yes, because it was a long movie, like maybe 3 hours, the first one, and it said part one. And I thought, I never saw part two. And then when it ended, I was like, oh my gosh, this was so long. This was only part one.
Wow.
But a couple of the main characters have been exhibiting very odd behavior.
Hmm.
One is Ariana Grande,
Yeah.
super, super thin, almost seems like she's got a trauma bond with, and she was Galinda. And then Cynthia Ervio, who is Alphaba, also lost a ton of weight and looks so, they both look so emaciated. And another actress, but she had a smaller part in there also. And it's like they're all trauma bonded, and there's so much strangeness with it that I actually want to see the movie just because of that. When they interview, they hold hands and they got tattoos on their hands so that when they hold hands, the tattoos touch. It's very strange. And then
Okay.
Cynthia Erivo, this is the part of note. That's for the background if anyone hadn't heard it, which it sounds like some of it you hadn't heard. She was named GQ Magazine Man of the Year. But
Man?
GQ, no, that's what I don't understand. I think that's offensive to men and women. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of men who have done some awesome things that could be Man of the Year that they would, and I feel like she would be like, this is strange. And she's posed on the cover. It's very bizarre to
Does
me.
she say she's a man? I mean, I don't believe in what people say, like if you're born what you're born as, but does she say she's a man?
I know she's LGBTQ friendly, and she might be a member of that, but I didn't think she was trans or and I think she was like born a woman. And
Whatever. People are just retarded at this point. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I didn't watch either of the movies. First, I didn't know the second one was released. I didn't know there was a second one. Yeah.
hmm
I didn't see the first one. I just, at the same rate, but I never saw the movie version of the Phantom of the Opera either. I like to
same.
go see the musical. I don't need a movie of the musical.
hmm
So, but yeah, no, they are very, before they started making those movies, they looked very healthy. They were beautiful, all that stuff. And then, yeah, they look anorexic. They look like they had
hmm
definitely have, suffered some kind of psychological trauma
Trauma.
of some
hmm
kind because they are just weird together. I mean, just watch like I don't watch their interviews, but I saw a clip of one and it's like, it's so odd, like the codependency and the
hmm
need to be like this close to each other and
hmm
comforting each other. I don't know. It's very odd. So I don't know, but they're Holly weird people and let them stay there and just don't interfere with my life.
Well, and another point they had said is there was a lot of talk that The Wizard of Oz was cursed because Judy Garland was like 16 when that movie and
Oh, okay.
was filmed, and they said she needed to keep her weight down, and she developed an eating disorder
Yes.
over that. And there were some
Yeah, they
other
gave her
things, and it's just
pills.
strange.
Yeah, they treated her horribly. Judy Garland was treated horribly by the studios. And yeah, they were giving her pills. They were controlling every aspect of her life. Like they wanted her to
Right.
lose weight, they would do whatever it took for her to lose weight. They wanted longer hours on the set, they would give her drugs to keep her awake. And it
hmm
was just crazy. It's like, oh, it's time for you to go to sleep. So they would give her drugs to go to sleep because they gave her drugs to stay awake. It's just
Right.
all of this. Yeah, she was so abused by the studio, and no one was there to protect her. No one spoke to
Hmm.
her. Even if they did, they wouldn't listen to them. And so, yeah, but due to that, she did suffer her whole life with addictions and with
Hmm.
a lot of demons.
Right. So it's just unusual that it's kind of from the outside taking a similar path.
I don't know. I think those two are doing it to themselves. Drew
Well, and there's
Garden
another one, and
isn't
I don't
doing
want
it
to
to
say her
himself.
wrong.
But no, I don't think
Oh,
anyone's forcing those two to look like the way they look and to behave the way they behave. That's self-inflicted.
well, so there's a third actress, and I think her last name is Yo, and I don't want to say the wrong first name. I think it's
Okay.
Christine Yo. She's also lost a ton of weight and looks emaciated. It's like there was something, where they forcing these actresses and they're like trauma bonded or something is like what the talk is. It's just
I don't know.
bizarre to
It
watch
is, yeah, no, I can't watch more than 2 seconds of them in their interviews at this point. They're just so,
out there.
yeah, it's too weird, you know,
Hmm.
like, okay. And, people in Hollywood are already weirdos, but it's just even more so.
Hmm.
But hopefully they get whatever help they need to recover
Yes,
from whatever
and
business they may
recognize it.
have. Yeah, because it is definitely not a normal thing.
No, no. And they seem, I didn't know Cynthia Erivo as much before this. I don't know what else she was in, but there was a someone I saw somewhere. She portrayed Jesus in the Hollywood movie of it.
Well,
And
no, they did
some,
a Jesus Christ Superstar, and so she
yeah.
was Jesus for some stupid reason.
And they said, if you mock God, maybe this is some of the punishment. I don't know. Just
I don't know. It was just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they put her in it, but they did. And Jesus was not a woman. And so, yeah,
right.
I don't know.
So,
It just makes no sense. They just keep trying to make things, they push things more and more. And why did you need to do that?
right,
You would never hire a woman to play Muhammad. First of all, you can't even portray Muhammad. If you draw a picture of him, they'll kill you. And, so never would they even think of doing anything to insult Islam or Muslims and Muhammad. But okay, yeah, let's have a woman play Jesus. Like,
right, right,
like that's why people don't care about them anymore. No one cares about the celebrities. Like, we know you're doing it just because you think you're being cool for doing it. It's like, no, you're not being cool, you're being ridiculous, and
right.
nobody cares.
Well, this is an influencer that has been around for a while, but newer to me, and I find him to be a breath of fresh air. His name is Jeffree Star, and I think we might have talked about him in our last podcast. And he's, for anyone who wants to follow or look him up, he's excuse me, yes, Jeffree Star, like the star.
Yeah.
And he is a gay man, but dresses sometimes, well, a lot often with makeup, nails. He's like, I am a gay man. I just like to dress this way. When I was a child, my mom said, just be yourself. He's like, we don't need to have surgery. We don't, he's like, I'm just myself. He does makeup tutorials. He is very um upset that the real issue is not the real trans people. And I know we kind of talked about this. It's
Yeah.
it's the predators using the label and putting the actual trans women in danger. And he said it's grown men with beards and dresses going into women's spaces. And he even names dropped Lily Tino and is not a fan. And Lily Tino is that one who I had like a banana or something at Disney, went into the bathroom at Disney, did all this weird stuff at Disney in front of children, always causes a scene, and usually the scene is revolves around him getting, or her, whatever, getting
Him.
free food and all this strange stuff. So it's like it's just for the shock value and free things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Jeffree Star is one to watch and listen to, and said, and I've heard some other influencers say this who are lesbians or homosexuals, and they'll say, you know what? Lesbians and homosexuals and bisexuals, that's who we're attracted to. trans as who identify. It's not in, it shouldn't be in the same group.
No, it's not in the same group. It's definitely a mental illness, and a lot of people are taking advantage of that because they've created this whole movement around you have to accept who they say they are. They should be able to do whatever they want. It's like they're a protected minority at this point. And if anyone says anything, then you're a bigot, you're homophobic, you're this, you're that, all the stupidity that they want to throw at you, which means nothing, absolutely nothing. So go ahead and call me whatever name you want. And yeah, but in because there is a small, very small percentage of people who truly are that way. And
Just want
but
to live their life.
yeah, they want to they're not out there to hurt anybody. They want to just live
Right.
their lives. They do their thing. Most people don't even know that they're that because
Hmm.
they're so ingrained in it. So it's clearly not just someone with a mental illness who's putting on a dress, who has a full beard on, and, and then says, you better call me ma'am. It's like, no, I'm going to call you retarded and mentally ill. That's what I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of that. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole organization that's called Gays Against Groomers,
Hmm.
and it's a really interesting organization. I started doing some research on them and to see because I have friends that are gay, men and women, and they're all anti-trans, like the trans movement. They're saying it's being used to
Not trans people, but
no,
just
no,
acting like it's strange.
yeah, the whole
That.
trans movement. They're
Mm.
anti that because what they're saying is they're not real. They're using it as an excuse to get access to areas and to people that they normally wouldn't have access to. Bathrooms, right? Children, you know,
Hmm.
women in, locker rooms, things like that. So again, the whole thing is, why do you need to be around children? Why do we need these, story times with trans? We don't
Hmm.
need that. You don't need
Hmm.
them dancing in front of your kids. You don't need to have them like being naked, half naked and all this stuff around around children. So there's this whole weird thing happening where people are just like, oh, well, if you don't, so this guy is holding a sign that says trans, I don't even know how the direction it goes. Like trans women are men or trans men are women. I don't know what it is. The stupidity. I don't have time for that in my brain. But yeah, and so we're like, you're born a man, you're a man. You're born a woman, you're a woman. That's it.
And I don't have a problem with someone saying I'm a trans woman or a trans
I
man.
don't
And
even know what it means.
well, and it's just like I just feel like, you know what, I don't have to necessarily understand it to accept someone where they are, and then I
No,
can
I do
choose
need to
to,
understand if you have a mental illness or not,
yeah.
because it doesn't make sense. And when did you all of a sudden discover that you were that? What prompted that? How did you
Hmm.
come to that conclusion? Who helped you get to that point? What
Hmm.
videos are you watching? What is missing from your life that you're going to that point of saying that you're not who you are? There's a
That's what
lot
Jeffree
more
Star
to it.
says.
There's a lot more to it. I don't have to, and I don't have to accept you. Why should I have to?
I
You're
guess,
nothing to me. Why should I have to
right.
accept you? I don't have to call you what your fairy tale land says you are.
Hmm.
If you're, I would do the same thing. Like, it's just who like, I don't need to accept you. I don't have to accept who you are because I don't live in fantasy. I live in reality.
Right.
Therefore, that's how I'm going to be.
See,
So
and that's
I'm not going
where,
to be mean to you about it, but
yeah,
I don't care about you enough
no.
to change my thinking to your delusion.
Hmm.
Dress however you want. Do it, date whoever you want. I don't care. Stay away
Hmm.
from the kids and stop trying to make yourselves the victims. You're not. No one told you to tell people that you're going to be a woman if you're a man. You did that. Or somebody helped you get there, and that person is also wrong and should be held accountable. Why?
Hmm.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to pretend for you. I don't have to. You're not,
Yeah. No,
you don't control my life. You don't control my world. You're not important to me. Maybe
seem
your moms and dads will do it. That's fine. They can do whatever they want, but
right.
I'm not doing it.
And my issue is that I war with, and I know we've discussed this, is what feels kind and unkind in how to treat people. And I hear that you're saying I'm not going to treat you mean or anything like that. That's just where I'm like, I just have
No.
trouble with it.
Mm.
Like, I mean, I want to err on the side of kindness.
Yeah, but telling people the truth is kindness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Like when you tell me, hey, you know what, Helen, you need to put on more lipstick. That's kind. Maybe it's not nice, but it's kind because although it's true, I did need to put more lipstick on that day, and thank you for telling me. There you
Yeah.
go. It was good.
Hmm.
But it's just one of those things where stop worrying about feelings and focus more on facts. That's why the world is all screwed up because so many people care about feelings. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. I don't care if you hurt my feelings.
Hmm.
What's the reality?
Right. Right.
It's like they always say like faith
Hmm.
over fear, and then facts over feelings.
Right. Yeah.
That's it. You know, do whatever you want in your house. Just don't hurt kids. Do whatever you want. Stay away from the
Yeah.
kids. There's no need for a drag queen to tell stories to little children. It's true. Why do you need to
Yeah.
do that? What is
Right.
that doing? Nothing. It's why would you want to be you want to be a drag queen, be a drag queen. There's a whole industry around that. Good for you.
Hmm.
Like a RuPaul. Made a huge living out of it. Good for
Hmm. Does a great job.
yeah.
But also, RuPaul's makeup is flawless.
No, that's what I'm saying. Do what you want to do, but why do you need to be
Hmm.
around kids? That's,
Right.
and why are teachers so invested in trying to convince kids that they're gay or that they're trans or that they're this or that they're that or whatever the frick these screwed up teachers are? That's why public schools are losing so many students.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hillsborough County in Florida. I just I was listening to it radio. They lost so many students from their public school systems.
Wow.
They don't know what to do because all the parents pulled them out. They're either homeschooling or putting them in private school. Well,
Right.
yeah, I would never put my son in public school.
Wow.
I'm in Pinellas County and we have great schools, but I'm still not going to put him in a public school. I don't know what those teachers are going to be telling him. I don't know what flags they have hanging up in the classroom. You know, the only flag that should be in the classroom is the American flag.
I
Any
agree with that.
flag should be torn down immediately. Why do you have other flags?
Right.
Yeah. Now, yeah, just this craziness.
Yeah. Well, on to another topic, and we kind of
Right.
talked about this a little bit, and this came up on my cruise. I hadn't seen it. We were actually ran into a friend of ours, and she's a nursing educator, and she said, "Did you see that several degrees are no longer classified as professional, such as nursing?" And I thought,
Yeah, that's not
"Wow,
true.
that doesn't sound right." And so
Because
I
it's
did a
not.
little looking into it, and the question is this against women or is it halting predatory student loans on professions that do not earn what doctors and lawyers earn?
It's what it's doing is putting a correction into the cost of higher education. First of all,
Hmm.
it has nothing to do with undergrad. It's targeting graduate level. So if you're getting your bachelor's degree, nothing changes. You have the privilege of paying 400,000 or 500,000 a year to some ridiculous college for a degree that you don't need. But if you're going to law school, medical school, blah, blah, graduate school, things like that, yeah, they are putting a cap on it now. And I have to remember what I read, but I think it said the cap is like 200,000 for graduate, like if you're going to be a doctor or something like that. And then there's a cap at 100,000 for other. graduate level or professional degrees. No
Hmm.
one's saying nursing is not professional, so shut the frick up, okay? No one said that except some liberal losers who want to go, oh, Trump is bad. It has nothing to do with women. It has everything to do with the cost of education in this country for higher education is out of control. These kids have student loans that they will never in their lives pay back
hmm
because they're getting these loans and for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And some of them are getting their degrees in women's bisexual poetry in Indonesia. Like, come on. What are you going to do with that degree? Nothing. You can't do
Right.
anything with that. You're never going to repay these loans. And they're crushing. They're crushing these students. When I went to college and graduate school, I got scholarships and things like that, but I had to take out some loans because, that's just how it was, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think I took out a total of 30 grand between undergrad and graduate school.
hmm
That's it. And the rest was scholarships.
Right.
And so I had 6 years of schooling, higher education schooling. So if you look at that, and I took out 30 grand total, so that was 5,000 a year. That's that's reasonable.
Right.
And but these kids are coming out with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans. So no, I think it's a great thing that they're doing to help colleges and universities kind of look back and say, oh, maybe we like, why do you need to pay all of this ridiculous money, $50,000 a semester to go to the school for nothing? So maybe
Right.
it'll help keep the costs down. Maybe it'll help them say, you know what, we're not getting all this free money from the government, so we need to address what we're charging for tuition. But it has
hmm
nothing to do with women, so shut up, feminists, you ugly cows. And it has nothing to do with saying that nurses are not professionals. They are, but they're not going to medical school, which is what this is really targeting. They get higher degrees, they can get masters and things like that. And so they're still covered. They're just saying there's going to be caps to help address the student loan, issues that we have in this country.
Right. Right.
Yeah, no. So, just shut up.
And this is, unfortunately, I just laughed, so it's not a great segue. But so unrelated, I'm going to compose my facial expression because this is really horrific. I'm sure you saw this headline with the 26-year-old business analyst, Beth Bethany Magee. She was set on fire in a commuter train in Chicago.
Yeah.
Lawrence Reed, who was a repeat offender of at least 72
Mhm.
prior arrests, threw gasoline on her and then lit her on fire.
Yeah. Awesome. Great job, Chicago.
And I don't know if she's still, I know she was fighting for her life for quite some time, but I think any judge and whoever let him out has something to answer for. I mean, this is crazy. 72 prior arrests.
Yeah, but it's not just the judge. You have to look, what did the DA do?
Mhm.
What did the DA do?
Right,
They soft on crime DAs, which then they're like, oh yeah, no, the bail is $100 or whatever it is, or we're going to reduce his charges from felonies to misdemeanors. So, oh yeah, community service or serve 2 days in jail or whatever. You have to, it's not just the judge who's also wrong, but you also have to look at what the DAs are doing. And that's a big thing right now. Who are the district attorneys in all of these big cities? Who's backing them? Who's supporting them? What
Mhm.
what do they look like when they're prosecuting? Are they prosecuting everyone? Or are they picking and choosing which ones to go after? So
Right, right.
yeah. No, that guy should never have been out on the streets. That poor woman, I mean, I don't know how she's going to recover. Even if she survives, her life is over as she knows it. She's going to have to start fresh. She's going to have to go through so many painful surgeries and treatments and therapies. I mean, that's not right.
No,
Yeah, it's
No.
definitely not right. But this guy's probably like, oh yeah, what's going to happen to me? Nothing, because I'm based in Chicago and they let me out 72 other times. So whoop-de-doo-dah day, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And that guy should be killed. And we need to, people need to start understanding it's not just the judge, it's not the governor, it's not the senators, it's not this. Who are the district attorneys and what do they believe in? What are their policies and what do they want to achieve?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
72 times. Why?
I mean, as a child, if you did the same thing wrong 72 times, were your parents like, go ahead. You did it once, you got a spanking or reprimanded or whatever that
At least
was,
you hope, but
timeout.
they probably didn't. I don't know. Who knows if he did? And doesn't mean he did the same thing 72 times. He could have done
Right.
72 different things and still,
Right.
you
A
know,
pattern of
yeah,
crime.
yeah. And I don't care who it is. The- If you don't have a moral compass guiding you, you are lost. And
Yes.
that's what needs to be addressed. There's no moral compass. There's no one to tell people this is right, this is wrong. If people would just follow the Ten Commandments, that would be it.
Right.
Things would be so much better. Follow the Ten Commandments. It's not a lot to follow. It's all
Right.
basic stuff that's common sense, but it helps guide where you need to go in your life.
Right.
It's just,
Right.
it's really sad. It's really sad. That poor woman.
I know. I know. So, um, there's also two National Guards were ambushed and one
Yes,
dies.
yes.
Sarah Becstrom, I think she was 20 years old.
She was 20. Yeah. And
And the
this
other
animal that should
guard
not have
is,
been in this country from Afghanistan,
mhm,
guns are down, point blank range, and people are like, oh, we didn't know this was going to happen. Yeah, you did know. Because you know what? You pushed for it because of your comments, because of this. You're saying, oh, Trump is this and Trump is that. And no, don't listen to him. Oh, do everything opposite of him. So, and it's like, oh, yeah, no, illegal immigrants are good and this and that. And oh, people should be allowed to come to the country, no borders. Oh, welcome, welcome. No, every single one of them should be deported. And I don't know how this guy survived, which is absolutely mind blowing. How did you not just annihilate him? You had him.
right, right,
One in the head, one in the heart. Oh, wait, sorry, he doesn't have a heart. And there's nothing in his head. So you just be shooting into blank space. Yeah. How does he live? I don't know, but he did. And hopefully, God willing, he gets all the punishment that he needs and deserves. And I'm still praying that the other National Guardsman, makes it through.
right. Because as the last I had heard, there was surgeries and fighting for his life too.
Yeah, of course. But I'd love to hear what the liberals and Democrats have to say because they're the ones who are super inflammatory in everything, saying,
I,
you know, why is Trump doing this and why is Trump doing that? National Guard shouldn't be everywhere, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Why is this guy in this country? Why did the Biden administration let in so many people that were never vetted? But, that's okay.
right,
Yeah,
right.
all of them are jerks. All
And
of
all of these people who are saying that it's okay would definitely be singing a different tune if it was their family member.
And it's not okay.
No,
It's not okay. Deport them all. Send them all back. They don't contribute. What do
no.
they get? What are they adding? What did this guy add to our country? Nothing. Nothing. Not one thing did he contribute in a positive way.
Huge trauma in this case alone, and I'm sure there was others. I mean, not necessarily a shooting, but
Oh,
something violent or
yeah.
traumatic.
Get them out. Get them out. Go back home. You hate
Yeah.
it here. Go back. No one wanted you here in the first place. Go.
Well, and right onto the segue of President Trump has signed an executive order directing Secretary Rubio to classify the Muslim Brotherhood as a foreign terrorist organization.
Why did it take so long? Why did it take so long for that to happen? That was obvious. It was so obvious from years ago, decades ago, that that's what they were. Why is it happening now?
Right.
Should have happened. I'm glad that it is. Thank you, President Trump. but it should have happened a long time ago.
Right. And I'm going to read some of these quotes. Um, this was on social media that President Trump posted, and I don't know if
Oh
you've seen
God.
it. Any document signed by Sleepy Biden with the auto pen, which was approximately 92% of them, is hereby terminated
Yeah.
and no further and in and of no further force or effect. The auto pen is not allowed to be used if approval is not specifically given by the President of the United States, who operated the auto pen illegally. Joe Biden was not involved in the auto pen process, and if he says he was, he will be brought up on charges of perjury. Thank you for attention to this matter.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no, he didn't know anything that was going on. The guy was like, "Ooh." Like, give me a break. He was drooling. Like, he couldn't, let me, where do I walk? Oh, my wife. No, that's your sister. Oh, okay. I don't know anything. Yeah, no, the guy was not all there.
No,
And anybody who says that he was is lying. And they're all accountable. They're all accountable for everything that happened during that presidency. And,
mhm,
it's absolutely shameful what happened in those 4 years.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So again, the right thing being done by President Trump.
Right. I agree. I agree. Well, Helen, that is my last topic that I have. I don't know if there's anything that you want to add to today's podcast or fun stories so we can end on a light note if you should have a fun story.
Well, I'm just waiting for to see like what the Melania Trump's Christmas is going to look like this year. Yay. So glad to have
Yeah.
her back and her classiness and her elegance and just her beauty, everything that she does. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see what Christmas is going to be like at the White House,
I'd
for the
love to see all
videos
that.
and the pictures and everything to come out. Yeah.
I know. And December is upon us.
I know it's tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. We just had Thanksgiving, which was awesome. And
Mm-hmm.
can't wait now. Now we're full-blown Christmas season.
Yes. Although according to the stores, I think we were for a couple months, but
We were, yeah.
now we really are. So
But
that's awesome.
now Thanksgiving has to go by. Now we're
Hmm.
official. Now it's official. Yeah. It's
Yes.
going to be great to see what she does, to have her back in the White House and decorating it. And oh my gosh, the last 4 years with the other one was just horribly painful to watch and see oh my gosh, like they had like a circus theme one year. I don't know. It was just
Yeah.
so, yeah. But, yeah. No, but that's it. I'm just looking forward to seeing what she's going to do with Christmas 2025.
Yes. It's going to be beautiful.
It is. It is.
So on that note, I will sign us off.
All right.
Don't be a loser.
For the love of God,
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Helen.
Thank you for tuning in.
Bye-bye.
Mhm.